Tyler Hansbrough. He was a beast. And Cameron Johnson, they could score, man. And for the first time under Roy Williams, they finally got a defense. Because remember, if you know Roy Williams, the coach of North Carolina, he never believes in defense. He believes in running up and down the court, 9 in and 9 out. It helped him win championships, but we don't play a lot of defense. Eventually that stuff catch up to you. It really does. And Bryce Pearl, what can you say? The guy know to motivate. The guy know to coach, man. Should be a lot of fun. And Michigan State, LSU, I think is going to be a fascinating game. LSU is playing playing lights out. So is Michigan. Michigan State, it's Michigan State. Michigan State, Tom Izzo, you know them boys. They're gonna show up. So is Michigan. The Wolverines is really putting up, even though I think they should have won the Big Ten if they didn't slip against Michigan State, But other than that, I think Michigan would be right up there. It should be the elite. This time of the year, I love March Madness, college basketball, man. It ain't nothing like it, man. It really is. It's really nothing like it, man. It really is. It's really remarkable. It's really remarkable. And but even though I mentioned all these big schools, how could we forget about Kentucky? Kentucky is having a quiet year. Texas Tech is having a sensational year. But none of them, not this year. No team has been the hottest team in college basketball right now than the University of Oregon Ducks. I'm not sure. I don't know what's their winning streak, but they are the hottest team in college basketball right now. Again, I don't know what winning streak they have or how many games they win. I can't tell you that. I'll be lying to you. But they are having a sensational year. You could take it to the bank. And they're a dangerous team too. I mean, there's a lot of dangerous teams in college in this year's tournament. But it is going to be, they are more scary more than ever. And speaking of advances, you notice I didn't mention not one upset yet. Usually you get one or two of the last 3-4 years. I would guess that we had a big upsets. Lehigh beat Duke. Michigan State lost in the second round, even though Michigan State that year was the favorite. Remember that? Last year, Virginia, as I mentioned earlier, they lost in the 16th seed. How about who else? George Mason. I could mention George. I could go back even further. George Mason upset in North Carolina. Yeah, I'll bring that up. Not one shaking the culture type upset that I've seen yet. But once you reach the Sweet 16, there's no more such things as upsets. Because all these schools are big schools. All of them. You want to call it the big Oregon, who the only double digit. This is the first time. No, the only double digit team, double digit seed that reached the NCAA tournament this year is Oregon. Everybody else is top seed. Everybody else is either number 1 or 4. Number 1 through 4. One through 4. There hasn't been no ups. There hasn't been really no. There hasn't been no real. Again, there's really been no shattering upsets. It really hasn't. As far as oh, and by the way, before I forget, this is the first time since 1985 that all in every bracket, all the top teams, 1 through 4, have made it to the Sweet 16. Since 1985, since the format began, by the way, of the NCAA tournament, and it's wide open. I want North Carolina to win the title because I'm a big North Carolina fan. But everybody and their mama picked Duke to think Duke is going to win the whole thing. And I don't think they will. I don't think they will. I don't think they will at all. I think Zion is a hell of a player. Don't get me wrong. JT Barrett, hell of a player. But I think Duke got a lot of work. I think Duke probably have. It's really tough to say who have the toughest bracket, to be honest with you. It really is. It really is. But I predict that Duke will lose in the Elite Eight. I think they will lose in the Elite Eight. They'll beat Virginia Tech. I think they'll beat Virginia Tech, but they lose in the Elite Eight. They're not reaching the Final Four. And anybody, including my dad, who be praying, who love Duke. I don't understand why, but that's neither here or there. That's another discussion for another day. Okay, that's a discussion for another day. Okay. I'm not going to get into all that. Not doing all that. Forget that. Okay? So that's what's happening. Well, tonight you get the NIT if you really care. And by the way, can I say something about the NIT? I don't understand that. I never, at all the years I watched the NIT, I try to get into it. What the hell is the point? What's the point? What is the point? And I'm really serious. Even when I was young, I don't know if anybody felt that way. What the hell is the point of the whole NIT? Seriously. You might as well give everybody the off season. What's the whole point of the NIT tournament? You want to do it in the beginning of the year when the season starts? Fine. But towards the end, come on. And then when you win it, what's the point? What's the whole point of it? Whole NCAA thing is really, really mind-boggling. It really is. Anywho, we are 2 days away from baseball. Baseball. The Yankees are hosting the Baltimore Orioles. Baltimore Orioles looking to turn the page after an ugly season last year. Finished the worst under Buck Showalter. Looking to get back into things. The Yankees look to win a division. I mean, they won the wild card. They won the wild card twice. They played a wild card game twice, back to back. And let's see how far the Yankees go this year. Hopefully, maybe the World Series. Who knows? As for the Mets, they travel to Washington to take on the Nationals. I don't know, Jim. I don't know if Tim Tebow going to join the team or not. We don't know. We shall see. Jacob DeGrom will go against Max Scherzer and see how the Nationals deal. What type of team they're going to be without former Nat star and face of the franchise, which is Bryce Harper, now playing with the Phillies. And DeGrom looking to make an encore, hopefully to repeat, or even better, the same the pitching performance as one for the ages. Let's see if he's gonna repeat again. And baseball season is the best time to be optimistic. It really is. Everybody's optimistic, including the Boston Red Sox, who's the defending world champs, looking to repeat as champions for the first time, probably in franchise history. I don't recall when is the last time the Red Sox repeat as World Series champs, but let's see what happens. As far as the Mets and the Yankees, looking to go to the Mets game this year, but not probably around May or June. You go there in April and it's brutally cold. And I'm telling you right now, have you ever been to Citi Field when it's in March or April? Oh, it is brutal. It is so cold out there. Oh my God. I'm telling you, the most coldest area I ever been around in New York City in my lifetime was last year, Citi Field. And it wasn't a Mets game. It was the Winter Classics. Remember with the Rangers and the Buffalo Sabres? Man, the wind chill was brutal. It was brutal all around, but that Citi Field out there, oh my God. It sent chills to you. It sent chills to my spine, and I'm thinking about it right now. Look how brutal it is. My God. Whew. Can you believe that? But nevertheless, I think that the Mets have to get back. The Mets have to. I mean, they got pitching now. They brought back Jerry's familiar. They upgraded their pitching, which you like. They upgraded their bullpen. They fixed their bullpen, which I told you, I said it 1,000 times, they have to do if the Mets going to get better. Their starting pitching is fine. You just need a bullpen. And you need a catcher. Hopefully Cespedes and everybody else can pick up the pieces. Yes, Bryce Harper is still in your division with the Phillies. But the Phillies is still not complete without pitching. And see what type of team the Nationals is still going to be. Let's just see how they are. Let's just see how how the team is going to be. And on that, ooh. Sorry about that. And on that note, that's going to do it for this edition of Drew Mania Live. Thank you so much for listening. If you want to listen to this episode again, please go to Spreaker.com and type in the keyword Andrew L. Perry. And please follow my show on Facebook, on Twitter, YouTube, and iHeartRadio. Until then, this is Andrew Perry, always saying to you, shalom, let peace go with you. And I'll talk to you in the next Drew Mania Live. So long, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. And please, stay warm, New Yorkers. Take care.